You're locked on to Hans Olsen and Scotty Chin. That's right. Yeah! On 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Hans Olsen, Scott Gerard, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Hey, we're not just playing this because it's a good song. No. We're giving away tickets. Caller number 12 right now, 801-575-ZONE. That's 801-575-ZONE. It's a Win Ticket Wednesday, and you'll win tickets to see the Counting Crows, the Complete Suites Tour. It's all available for you right now. 801-575-ZONE. Get those tickets now, 801-575-ZONE.
Getting a lot of people on social media that are watching on the video stream for the show, and they say that I need to get rid of the goatee. They say it looks like trash.
Nobody said that.
People think my goatee looks like trash on video.
Stop it.
Yeah, look, I mean, you got the picture right here without the goatee.
Yeah.
And then, me with the goatee.
It's one of your better features.
The goatee or my nose?
The goatee. I like the goatee.
No, I don't know. People are saying that needs to go.
Okay, here's what all that matters. Does Mama like it?
Yeah, she does.
Okay, then that's all that matters.
Yeah, she does, even though there's a lot of gray in it.
It makes you look distinguished.
I don't know, man. I'm so
caught. Does she think you should color it?
No. Mm-mm. No, she likes the gray. She thinks that there's kind of a gentlemanly look about it,
You're a man about town.
For just a minute, she can pretend that her husband isn't a loudmouth on radio, but
Professor Olsen.
But maybe a distinguished gentleman.
All right, let's get to it. Time to talk a little hockey with our guy, Cole Bagley.
With complete coverage of the Utah Hockey Club, this is Cole Bagley of KSLSports.com on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Cole Bagley, kind enough to join us. How are you, sir?
Good. Hey, Hans. The goatee's questionable. I think you look like the Monopoly Man.
The Monopoly Man?
Wow.
Who's the Monopoly Man?
The guy with the monocle. He sits on the Monopoly box.
Oh, he's got the curl? Doesn't he have the curly tips off the stash though?
Yeah,
but with the goatee.
I don't think he's got a goatee.
Yeah, he's just a BYU regulated stash.
Wow. Guy scores a couple goals on you when you're in the between the pipes, and now he's coming at you.
Oh, yeah. All-time chirping. That is, every time I jump on, I'm going to have a chirp for him.
Well, the good thing is Cole's an egghead like us. He's just a big, round, bald face and head. And the thing is, Cole, you lost it all at the age of 14. Scotty and I at least carried it until we were in the mid-30s,
That's true, but I'm still better looking than the both of you, so I'm all right.
I don't know, man. I would still shave you and teach you to walk backwards if you were my dog.
Love it.
Hey, all right. It's a shame this team's probably not going to the playoffs because are they playing their best hockey of the season right now?
Yeah, I mean, they're playing some of their best hockey. The last two games have probably been the most complete hockey games this squad has played this year. Obviously, beating Winnipeg was a big deal, and then just an absolute demolition of the Kraken last night. But I think it just kind of speaks volumes to their unwillingness to quit and staying in the race. They're still playing meaningful games. They kept themselves alive last night. Unfortunately, tonight their destiny is in the hands of the Minnesota Wild, who can eliminate them with a regulation win or actually an overtime loss, as that would help them pick up a point and would eliminate Utah. But yeah, it's unfortunate, but at least they're playing good hockey, right? They're not waving the white flag and they're not quitting, kind of like Seattle did last night.
So outside of Minnesota, let's say Minnesota just tanks out, they lose the next four. Isn't Calgary right there in the mix, throwing haymakers too?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably either going to be Calgary or Minnesota. I think they're separated by just 4 points. I believe, 4 points right now, but Calgary has a game in hand. So it's probably going to come down to one of those two.
Can a team take momentum like this at the end of the season and carry over into next year?
Absolutely. Especially with, how the not just the core of this team, but, most of this team should remain the same, move it into next season. Obviously, they're going to have some money to go and spend and hopefully bring in some talented free agents. But no, this is exactly what you want to see the boys doing is, playing continuing to progress, getting better throughout the season, playing to the level that they were expected to. And, of course, that can carry into next year.
So what is it right now? How much of it's the defensive side? How much of it's the penalty kill? How much of it's like what are they doing right now that's got them even holding on to this 1-point hope?
First of all, I think you got to start net with Vamelka. 21 straight starts. He's been phenomenal. He's having a career year in terms of save percentage and goals against. And so, it all starts in the net, works its way out. And then I just think, they're as healthy for the most part as they've been all season. Obviously, they didn't have John Marino last night, but to be as healthy as they have been and to just be, kind of clicking on all cylinders, firing on all cylinders. And, I don't know if you guys watched the game last night, but that probably was the best, at least the most connected the offense has been in terms of moving the puck. I mean, each goal was essentially a tic-tac-toe set of passes that Joey Decor just did not have a chance to stop. So I think it's a team as a whole. I think at every position, they're playing their best hockey, they're connecting, and they're getting really good performances from their best players.
Saw Marino go down in that Winnipeg game. What's the status on him?
Yeah, he's day-to-day right now. He kind of came down to a game-time decision, but they elected to not have him play. Kerfoot missed the game as well with some illness. That's kind of going around right now. But, yeah, Marino's day-to-day. It's nothing overly serious. Just took a puck up high. I believe he took it around his mouth. And so, just one of those things where, hey, we don't necessarily need him to push himself right now. They've got a good core. They've got good backups coming in. So, DeSimone has more than proven himself in his role this year as he's just filled in when needed. And, got the job done.
I know that Utah Hockey Club took care of guys like Vamelka, Doan, Mata, and a couple of other guys. But are there contracts out there that we all need to be looking at, that we should be worried about, that when this season ends, they may be playing their last game in a Utah Hockey Club outfit?
There's a couple. I believe Carcone and Bukestad's contracts are going to be expiring, but nobody really major. Logan Cooley will be up for extension, and I would fully anticipate they're going to give him a bag similar to what they awarded Dylan Gunther with before this season started. So they'll lock him up long term. But as far as, guys expiring that you're worried about, no. There's nobody on this roster right now that is set to expire that I would particularly worry about. It'll be interesting to see how they kind of handle the Kyler Yamamoto situation. In my opinion, I think he played the best hockey of, any of those forwards that he was kind of competing with outside of Josh Doan. Michelli and Carcone and O'Brien. O'Brien had a great season, but he's a different player. Yamamoto, this is a 7-year NHL veteran, a former first-round pick that spent 52 games in the AHL. He excelled down there. He waited for his time. He's come back up, and as coach put it, they have not been able to keep him out of the lineup since he returned for the last 6 or 7 games. So, that's kind of the one that I would maybe say, hey, let's keep an eye on that and see what they do there. But overall, no, there's really no expiring contracts that anybody needs to worry about.
Who's your MVP of the Utah Hockey Club in this season?
Oh, man, that's a good question. Either Vamelka or Sergachev. What Vamelka has done, not just to have, a career season in terms of save percentage and goals against, but to answer the bell when, Ingram went out multiple times earlier in the year. And then, of course, about a month ago, stepped away indefinitely. And, to start 21 games in a row, possibly 22, depending on how tonight goes with Minnesota. He has just been phenomenal. He's really grown into a solid starter in the NHL. He was a top 10 guy for most of the year. I believe he's still about top 15-ish in most statistical areas. And then Mikhail Sergachev, I know you guys talked to Bill Armstrong about him yesterday, and I would just echo what he said. That's a guy that's changing the culture of this organization to become a championship organization. He's no nonsense. He's very smart. And he's also, accepted a new role in terms of his offense. This is a guy that continues to add to his career year in terms of scoring with 15 goals and counting. And he's also he's also recorded his best shooting percentage of his career, up over 10%. The next closest in Tampa was about 8%. So, he's just stepped into a new role as a top defenseman, both defensively, he's been exactly what they expected. And then offensively, he's surpassed expectations and has just lifted this team. And then an honorable mention, you got to go with the guy leading in points, Clayton Keller, who could have a career year. I think he needs a couple points through the next few games to reach that 90-point benchmark. But, he's been phenomenal as captain.
All right, so I asked this question to Bill Armstrong yesterday. I'm going to ask you, what would you rather have, all-time goal or all-time scoring record for the NHL?
All-time, points or?
Yeah.
Ooh. That's a tough one. What did Bill say? He
said scoring. He said points.
I think that's the more glamorous. I think scoring is the more glamorous one. That's the one that, we never thought was going to be broken. But then here comes Alexander Ovechkin in year 20. He breaks his leg, against the Utah Hockey Club, comes back in 6 weeks or something crazy like that and goes on to break it. I'd probably echo, again, what Bill said. I think, scoring is the glamorous one, and that's the one that everybody's always going to remember.
Well, Cole, we appreciate your time. Thanks for hanging out with us, and look forward to catch up again as we wrap up this season.
Yeah, thanks, guys. It's been a lot of fun.
Thanks,
you got it. Cole Bagley, Utah Hockey Club insider for KSLSports.com.
I still can't come to my conclusion on that. I mean, when Bill says scoring or, overall points, which is assists and goals combined, it's hard to go the opposite of it, but it does feel like the goal is the bigger point of emphasis.
I would think so, but I think for hockey, if you're just new to the sport or whatever, you think you're used to football or basketball where, touchdowns or scoring or, those don't mix in assists. Those are about the ultimate thing, the ultimate prize, putting the puck in the back of the net there.
Yeah.
And so I think for your average sports fan, it would be about the goals. However, the hockey purists are going to go goals plus assists. They think that's a better record. So it depends on, I think it just depends on your audience a little bit.
My goodness, the Augusta is so well groomed.
It's a beautiful course. There's no doubt about it.
It is. It's absolutely one of the hottest courses that you'll ever see.
I mean, frankly, it's at a point now where it's really distracting.
I can't even believe how gorgeous the views of Augusta are.
Some are better than others.
My goodness.
Yeah, but
that is incredible.
I mean, there was a shot of one green that they need. There we go. Yeah, go back to that one. There, much better.
I can't even believe. Look at the trees that surround that.
I know, right? It's incredibly groomed.
There's not a blade of grass out of place.
Nope, not one.
It's incredible, man. I love the Masters. Hey, we do have the major pain in the butt coming up next. Hey, I was thinking of this. If you combine points and assists, I think John Stockton might be the all-time NBA leader.
Oh, that's a good point. I think you're right.
And so it's like, all right, well, if that's how we want to talk, then let's talk about John Stockton leading the NBA in points and scores.
And let's throw steals in there, too.
Yeah.
Then he definitely has it.
Right?
Yeah. Right here on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
The wheel is loaded, and it's time to talk some sports. This is Sports Roulette with Hans and Scotty on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Hans and Scotty, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. All right, folks, time for Sports Roulette. We take some of the big storylines and put it on a roulette wheel. We spin it, and wherever that little ball lands is what we end up talking about. So, Lloyd, let's get to it.
Major pain in the butt returns.
Here we go.
Making its triumphant return. The major pain in the butt.
And away we go.
Where we draft 3 golfers, and whoever has the lowest score out of the 3 ends up winning.
And, Scotty, you won the British Open. That was our last major pain in the butt.
Pretty much won every major last year.
We had a good year
did.
last year.
Yeah, you did. You did an amazing job.
Did
Broke the Morikawa curse.
Do you have, I mean, you're still like dominating.
Well, I've kept the overall scores. And right now, we're 15. I'm at 15. You got all the way up to 10.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Lloyd's at 5.
Yeah, I've got like a 2-year drought.
So I am keeping score, and there are a couple of things. Number one, if you pick the winner, you get 3 extra strokes. Majors are worth 2 points. Any other PGA Tour that we do, because back in the COVID days.
Oh, yeah, we were doing everything.
We were doing every tournament.
Yeah.
Because it was about all we had. But mostly we just do the majors now. And so it's worth 2 points, and those others were worth 1. But that's where we stand, 15, 10, and 5 between me and Lloyd. And, Scotty, you won the British Open with an overall score of even, using Scotty Scheffler, Colin Morikawa, and John Rahm. Lloyd, you came in second with a score of plus 32. So
I had the winner, by the way.
And you had the winner.
Did Schauffele won it. That's right. So you did. You got the winner. Ludwig and Hatton were both did not make the cut.
No.
And I, having Bryson DeChambeau, Rory McIlroy, and Tony Finau went plus 66 in the British Open. It was my worst performance in the history.
Wow.
Question is, will somebody take a flyer on Tony this time around?
Well,
Boy, if you heard BT yesterday, you don't touch Tony with a 10-foot pole. Boy,
yeah.
he drew a very rough picture of Tony, where he's at right now.
So, Scotty, the honors are yours.
Well, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Scotty Scheffler.
A man that took the name of our guy right here across the desk, Scotty Scheffler.
God, you're boring.
What would you do if you had the first pick, Lloyd? Get Xander Schauffele.
You know what? Go all ones. Why not go all ones, Scotty?
Why don't you go Xander Schauffele like you always do, and let's get that out of the the way.
Well, I don't have the pick. Is it me?
You do. Yeah,
No.
you finished second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Xander Schauffele.
He is the Schauffele man.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to go Xander Schauffele.
All right. Boring.
All right, Lloyd goes Schauffele. And, fellas, I've changed up my game plan on you. Give me Bryson DeChambeau. I am taking the beef hammer.
The beef hammer.
And because it's a snaking draft, I will be taking Eat More Beef's Lowry.
I love it.
More Beef's Lowry. Now, y'all know what I'm doing.
Oh, yeah.
So
I could actually put a roadblock here.
Don't do it.
I can't
Let our guy have this.
I can't tell you what you shouldn't or can't do, but I would beg you,
Don't do it, Lloyd.
in the name of Bar W Beef,
Yeah.
let me get the all beef connection.
The Bar W connection?
Yeah, this will be my Bar W Beef team.
Yeah.
All right, Lloyd.
All right. You know what? I'm going to go with a winner, so I'm going to go Justin Thomas.
Ooh. All right. Scotty.
Let's see if the curse is alive. Colin Morikawa.
I love it. See if you can extend it. And your final pick.
I don't want to do it. I kind of feel like I have to, though.
You're going to do it, aren't you?
The guy that should be off the tour?
I think I have to.
Don't do it.
Or are you going to take Brixie?
No, I'm not going to take Brooks. You know who there was some guy who did this mathematical equation, and all of the winners met these certain qualifications over the last 15 years. And we have taken all of them except for 2. And Rory's one of them. And then there's another one who's a bit of a dark horse that I'm really tempted to take. I just don't know if You know what? Yeah, I'm going to have some fun with this. Will Zalatoris.
I'm not writing that down.
You know what? I'm going to see.
Are you sure he's actually even playing?
He is. He's.
He's in. He's in the field.
Yeah, he's 50-1 odds.
Man, you're going to take a chance on that old rickety back, huh?
You know what? Give me Rory.
Nope. You're going to take a chance.
No, you already took it. You're done.
You're going to take a chance on Happy Gilmore's caddy.
Jeez.
Isn't that who they say Zalatoris looks like?
Yeah.
Is Gilmore's caddy?
You know what? Yeah. You know what? I'm sticking with it.
Zalatoris?
Stick with your feeling. You're the win. You won nonstop last year.
My guy.
Don't go against just because he's got a bad back.
Okay.
Probably going to withdraw by round 2, but whatever.
Lloyd, your final pick.
Oh man, I had who I was going to go with. Hold on.
Locked it in.
Yeah.
Lock it in.
Lock it in. Lock it in. Yeah, I'm fine. If it screws up, then I learned my lesson, and we'll go back to boring picks.
All right.
This is a big mistake. Give me Jordan Spieth.
Nobody's going to go Rory.
That is a big mistake.
Yeah. No, I don't want Rory.
Jordan Spieth?
Yep.
What? Rory's going to win this whole thing. Rory's going to win. You know what we've done is we have given a victory to Rory.
The PGA Tour cut Rory McIlroy.
What are you talking about?
What do you mean?
Oh, what do you mean?
Like, let him go.
Move him down.
Send him on his way.
Out to the cow
Go
pasture.
playing some.
He's one of the most popular players out there on the PGA Tour. So, but I think the tour is quite happy to have him. In fact, he thinks he's the chair of the Players Committee this year. So,
what would you know?
Okay, so here we go. I'm taking the beef hammer. I've got Eat More Beef Slowry, and I'm taking double cheese with my final pick. Give me the burger, man.
I like it.
Give me the hamburglar.
Who?
Ken Burger.
Oh, okay.
The hamburglar. Double cheese. Give me that blue burger. Put a little of that blue cheese on them. Give me a blue burger. Top him with bacon. I'll take the bacon blue burger.
Maybe some sauteed mushrooms.
And this is my all beef connection. I've won with this connection.
Oh,
before.
you have. No, this is there's a precedence here.
It's the Beefy Boys.
The Beefy Boys. Oh man, please.
My 3 beefs.
I can't believe I'm competing against you, but I'm also rooting for you at the same time.
Yeah, because the beef connection, man, it can be deadly. For some reason, Lowry is just incredible in these things. Berger has been decent, and he'll give you a top 10 finish here and there.
You, Scotty, you had Scheffler, Morikawa. Oh, and Zalatoris. That's right.
Yeah.
That's a
yes,
mistake.
Zalatoris.
You're just rubbing that in, aren't you?
What? No, I couldn't remember. I was writing it down.
Yeah, okay.
I wanted to make sure.
First round of the Masters opens up tomorrow morning, and I will be watching. I always love this, man.
Yes.
Wake up, turn on some coverage. I always get on the online, and I'll watch Amen's Corner for a while because they've got a set camera on Amen's Corner.
I like to call it the back nine. I'll watch the back nine for a little
You
bit.
can't say that.
Yikes, bud.
It's the second 9.
Yikes, bud. You're going to get our whole station fined.
Come on now. Be better.
Might as well come on here and be like, let's get...
Jeez.
You're going to get us fined, Lloyd.
All right, 2:45. Hans and Scotty. We'll wrap up this bad boy next. 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
Looking for the latest on the Jazz, Utes, Cougars, and Aggies? Yeah. We've got you covered. This is Hans Olsen and Scotty G on 97.5, the Sports Zone.
All right, wrapping up another edition of the show. Hans and Scotty, 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. Hey, for all you Utah State fans out there, we will have a final Jared Calhoun coaches show. I know the season's been in the rearview mirror for a couple weeks, but the stars have aligned to have a final sit-down conversation with Jared Calhoun. We'll talk about roster building, transfer portals, NIL, all the craziness that's going on in the world of college basketball right now. So we'll have a chance to chat with him coming up today at 6 o'clock. You'll hear it on 1280 AM right here on the Zone.
Is it just me, or does John Rahm look a little bit like a 90210 Shannon Doherty?
Is that him?
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened to him?
I don't know. He looks like Shannon Doherty. If Shannon were to grow a beard and shave high and tight. Don't you think?
Yeah, he looks rough.
John Rahm is a hit and misser. That guy. There was a while that like I was risking it all on the major pain in the butts and taking Rom, but
Yeah.
he let me down. I tumbled a few times.
We're done with you.
Yeah.
It always seems like there's a guy that jumps out on the scene like, okay, this guy's not the next Tiger in terms of personality and everything, but in terms of dominating. And then it just drops right back down to earth. Like Scotty Scheffler's in that.
Yeah, Scheffler's in that. Like Scheffler is in line right now to tumble.
Yeah.
And
Like I have to pick him number one overall, but chances are he's probably he's up for a down year this year.
Well, BT brought up something I had no idea about, and that was the fact that Scotty Scheffler had a run-in with a wine glass as he was trying to cut ravioli using a broken wine glass.
Yeah.
Because he didn't have a knife, and the stem of it broke, and the stem shoved into his hand, causing him to need stitches and
surgery.
Repair.
Yeah.
And how much does that affect you when you've got that type of injury on your hand? So Scheffler might be on the tumble, or more likely Scheffler's going to have a top 10 finish, which probably gives you a 4 or 5 stroke shave, and it's a pretty good pick.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. These things are what I want. This is what I meant to really tell BT when I was like, man, I'm having a hard time with this Masters thing. I want a guy that threatens.
What do you mean?
I want a guy that threatens for a season Grand Slam. Like, I get it. We've got lifetime Grand Slams out there. There's 5 of them.
Yeah.
McIlroy could get it. If he won the Masters, he could be the 6th to do a lifetime. Isn't there only one, or is there 2? Was Tiger ever a
Tiger
season
never
slam?
did a season. He did a consecutive that spanned over 2 seasons.
That's right. So he won 3 to end a season and then picked up the one on the other end of the year.
Yeah.
So is the Golden Bear the only one?
I think so. Yeah.
See, the season Grand Slam. Now that's a storyline.
Yes, for sure. I would love to see that.
That would be great for golf. I'm just telling you, golf needs a heavyweight champion. They need the Mike Tyson. They need the most feared man.
Yep.
That every time he steps on the course, people bow, and I'm like, oh man, he's gonna knock this in from 12 feet with 3 feet of bend.
And there's a guy that's putting, and he hears the roar 2 holes back, and he's like, oh crap, he caught fire. Here we go.
Yep. And then he
can't be vanilla.
Yep.
And then he starts to tank, puts one in the water. That's the theater of golf.
Yeah.
This hit and miss, I don't like it.
No,
I don't like hit and misses.
All right, Mark's with you, or Mark's with us. Speaking of hit and miss, if you got hit and did not get missed by a vehicle, now's the time to go to theclinic.cc. So let's say somebody's listening to us and it's been, a few weeks or a month or whatever the case is. They can still go in and get checked out, correct?
Yeah, please. In fact, get in quick at that point. We want to make sure that we're documenting these injuries when they're in their acute phase so that they don't show up as chronic. If they start to show up as chronic, that's how the insurance companies start to wiggle out of making these payments. So the faster you can get in, let's get you seen. If it's been a month, that's okay. Let's get started, and we'll start documenting your injury, where you were at before the accident and what happened after the accident for you.
So many people look at dealing with insurance, whether it's car or health insurance, is just intimidating. And I think insurance companies kind of hope that you just be like, I don't want to deal with it. It seems too complicated. You guys take care of all that stress for people.
They absolutely do make it complicated to get people frustrated. That's what it saves them money in doing it, right? But you pay for these benefits. You're paying for them every month, and so you should use them.
All you got to do is go to theclinic.cc. We really want to drive this into your head. Theclinic.cc. If an accident happens, go to theclinic.cc. And you're going to be seen by the best physicians. You're going to be greeted with the biggest smiles. And your insurance is going to cover that visit. So understand, there's already a pain point of being in an accident. It's horrible. And the first thing that pops in your head is, how much is this going to cost me? Just know that the health benefit of the clinic.cc is free. And so you're going to get seen for free. I just want people to understand that, Mark, that this is an option for them that their insurance will cover.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, nobody wants to be in an accident. That's the worst. And we hope that if you're in an accident, you're not seriously injured. But we don't know. That's why we have that benefit, right? Let's get you checked out. Let's run some tests on you. Let's find out exactly what's going on, and then we'll get you taken care of and send you on your way.
It's really simple. It's theclinic.cc. Theclinic.cc. Get there now, theclinic.cc. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.